Jennifer, thank you very, very much for that introduction, and thank you also seriously for the invitation to be with all of you. We are big Code for America supporters, and you've done so much for us. So first, let us give our great and dynamic founder and executive director of Code for America another big round of applause. And let me thank you also for bringing together such a diverse group from across the public and private and tech sectors to discuss our visions, our opportunities, and our challenges in our cities and metro areas all across America. There are a few other folks that I need to thank and recognize, and as Jennifer mentioned, of course, we had our host mayor, Mayor Lee, who I get a chance to work with in my capacity as not only mayor of Philadelphia, but also as the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And you have a great mayor here in San Francisco, and I want to thank him for all of his hospitality and accommodation. Also, Mayor Kwan, I know, was here earlier, and I get to work with her naturally from Oakland. We have a bunch of partners here that I also want to thank and recognize. Our 2012 Code for America Fellows in Philadelphia, of course, Liz Hunt, Michelle Lee, and Alex Yule. Please recognize them. We have the co-captains of the Code for America Brigade, in Philadelphia, Chris Alfano and Lloyd Emmel. Please give them a little shout out. And our good friends from Boston who have helped us tremendously, Nigel Jacob and Chris Osgood. Please recognize Boston. Thank you. And there's a little bit more of Philadelphia in the house. As Jennifer mentioned, Adele Abid, our Philadelphia's first Chief Innovation Officer. I want to thank him for leading our way and our new way of thinking about incorporating technology, new approaches, and open data into the way that we make decisions in our government. Jeff Freeman and Story Bellows from the Mayor's Office and the soon-to-be formally created Office of New Urban Mechanics, and Clint Randall from the City Planning Commission, who you'll be hearing from, of course, during the summit as well. Please recognize all those folks. Thank you. Now, I have one sentence that I have to deliver that they are, the folks back at home are forcing me to say. Notwithstanding what I happen to believe, they are making me say, because this was written by a quite young person, that I am not of the tech generation. They've forced me to say that. They said I could not deliver this speech without saying that up front. And that comes, of course, from the fact that I didn't grow up with cell phones or a computer or the internet. When I was in school, long time ago, we did research the old-fashioned way, going to the library or reading a hard copy encyclopedia. I wrote papers using a typewriter. Apparently somebody else still does. It's all right. So the point is that the world has changed so much, even during the course of my lifetime, and that the tools of my youth, of course, have been replaced by new technology dozens and dozens and dozens of times over. But I'm enthusiastic about change and the need for change. Today, I do use social media. It really is me. If you see some of the stuff going out, people wonder from time to time, does the mayor really tweet? Yes, the mayor really tweets. And more oftentimes than not, my staff would like me to tweet a little less because of some of the things that I say. But the fact of the matter is that my daily schedule is uploaded onto my tablet. I no longer buy CDs, but I download them onto my MP3 player. I do really embrace the newness of technology and innovation, though I still would not necessarily call myself a techie. I do know that to be an effective leader, you have to be willing to change with the times, move away from the way things were, and deal with things as they are, and leading towards best practices to help our constituents in the future. Well, government has to be that way as well. It can't be rigid, stagnant, or immovable. It has to be pliable, not just capable of change, but creators of change. It means being innovative and strategic in its approach to address complicated problems. That's smart government. I'm a lifelong Philadelphian, and I've been in public service a pretty long time, coming up on nearly 20 years now. I spent 14 and a half years as a member of Philadelphia City Council representing the 4th District, and I'm now in my 5th year as mayor of my hometown. As a city councilman, I was committed to transparent and efficient government. The phrase used to describe it today, of course, is open government. I ran for mayor in 2007 as an underdog ethics candidate, a reformer. I believed then that Philadelphia deserved better than the status quo of government as usual, and I was determined to transform our great city. And now in my 2nd term, I still believe that the function of government is to serve the people while being honest and innovative. For the first time in decades, cities are growing at a faster rate than our suburbs. Cities are now home to more than 80% of the population of the United States of America. The reason for this growth is pretty simple and straightforward. Cities are where the jobs are. Cities are the incubators of innovation and the place for young people and entrepreneurs. Cities are where the talent is. In Philly, we're known for a lot of things, but a few of them are also eds, meds, and beds. Greater Philadelphia is home to 101 great colleges and universities. Our hospitality industry employs more than 55,000 people, and our pharmaceutical, technology, and medical centers are on the cutting edge. Our tech industry is also on the upswing. We are ranked by cybercoders as one of the top 3 cities for tech-related jobs in America. And not to mention the potential for clean tech jobs as we continue on our road and my goal to be the #1 green city in the United States of America. But despite these thriving business sectors, and there are many others, Philadelphia faces significant challenges. Our poverty rate is now at 28.4%. When you track an average 9th grade class, you will find that only 1 in 10 of those students actually graduates from college. It's estimated that if we don't take aggressive steps, that 600,000 Philadelphians will lack the basic skills needed to compete in the global economy by 2030. Of course, we won't let that happen. And unfortunately, of the 10 largest cities in America, Philadelphia has the highest per capita crime rate, although it's going down. And so on the one hand, we have a laundry list of problems that we want to solve, and on the other hand, we have the expectations of our citizens and what they care about. Citizens care about the schools they send their children to and what they learn while they're there. They care about the trash from their block or an abandoned car down the street. They care about the economy, their job, and the job opportunities that they may want to pursue someday. Local government really is like a high-wire balancing act where we seek to supply high-quality city services and look for solutions to fundamental problems on ever-shrinking budgets. And our goal is to do it using smart government principles like cross-agency collaboration and public-private community partnerships, technology and new ideas, citizen input, and an open government. Today I want to share some thoughts with you about how a smart government has to be an open government, how collaboration and two-way communications between the government and its citizens is critical to creating an environment that is conducive to innovation. Let me tell you about some of the technology-based initiatives and public safety efforts, our attempts to improve the delivery of city services, and the way we use social media as a civic engagement tool, and the role that Code for America plays in all of this. Our goal is to govern smarter by being a data-driven democracy. Let's start with collaboration. I believe it is an open government requirement. It is an open government requirement that we collaborate. To address the fundamental problems that I touched on earlier, we've cultivated and built relationships with private, community, and nonprofit partners to create programs that will truly change outcomes for Philadelphians. Look at the issue of digital literacy and access. More than a third of Philadelphians do not have internet access in their homes, and more than half of Philadelphians lack basic education skills and tools, including digital literacy, to fully enter the world of work. This has dire implications for the skills of Philadelphia's workforce and for Philadelphia's future. In America and around the world, access is essential for communication, learning, finding work, and functioning, and those who aren't connected are falling desperately behind. In Philadelphia, an estimated 230,000 households aren't logging on. That is unacceptable for us, or any big city, or any city in America. Now, we knew we had our work cut out for us, but we got busy anyway. Using America Recovery and Reinvestment Act funds, ARRA dollars, we created 77 public computing centers called Key Spots all across Philadelphia. Our Key Spot computer centers are overseen by a coalition of community organizations, nonprofits, local universities, city departments and agencies. All of that together is called the Freedom Rings Partnership. The Key Spots not only offer opportunities for free public computing use, but they run computer and internet learning and how-to classes. Each Key Spot location offers targeted programming to meet the needs of the community in which it's situated. We partnered with the Comcast Corporation, based in Philadelphia, on their Internet Essentials program, which just entered its second year across the country. Internet Essentials is a program that provides low-cost internet service and computers to low-income families throughout our city. In its first year, it was recently announced that 1,500 Philadelphia families received that low-cost access at about a 75% reduction. In March of 2011, Philadelphia won an IBM Smarter Cities Challenge grant, which set the goal of creating an anytime, anywhere, any device learning environment for the city, supported by our Digital On-Ramps initiative. Digital On-Ramps works with nonprofit organizations, public and private partners, to combat the growing disparity between a person's current skills and the available jobs in the workforce today, job training and education, but without the physical limits of a set learning environment. The goal is to reach 175,000 young people and adults who are enrolled in the Philadelphia learning community over the next 4 years. Strategic partnerships also have benefits that lead to decreases in crime. We've worked with state and federal officials to increase, of course, boots on the ground and to decrease the number of guns on our streets, with private partners to reestablish our mounted police unit, and with community organizations on our neighborhood policing strategies. Philly Rising is what we call it. It's a multi-agency effort that provides coordinated city services to neighborhoods most affected by crime and disorder and quality of life issues. It's the largest innovative collaboration and initiative currently running in the city government. But Philly Rising doesn't solve problems for our neighborhoods. It facilitates problem solving by individuals to tap into available programming and services, and by improving communication between and among citizens, the police, and all of our government agencies. We're also pooling resources across the city by creating a fiber link where businesses can register their own private cameras to be fed into our police outdoor video surveillance system. This allows citizens to have a direct impact on crime in their own neighborhoods, and we've been very successful catching any number of folks who have engaged in this kind of activity using that network. Our government access channel, Channel 64, and the Philadelphia Police Department coordinated efforts on our Philadelphia's Most Wanted list, not a list you want to be on. The Philadelphia Police Department website and Channel 64 aired slides featuring the photos and vital information of the top 100 criminals in the city of Philadelphia who were wanted for outstanding violent felony warrants. This led to the apprehension, when we announced this in March of this year. Between March and July, we captured 87 of the 100 people who were on that list. Much of that information came from citizens giving us the information that we need. This last example is one of collaboration and communication, what I believe are the two imperatives to successful open government and are at the heart of innovation. Let's talk about communication as an open government tool that enables government to work smarter. To me, open government is about more than just sharing information or transparency. Those are critical components of it. But I think an open government is more of a conversation. It's a process. It's a new relationship. With open government, citizens are able to communicate not just to, but with the government, and in return, the government is able to connect better with our citizens. We created PhillyStat, which serves as a performance management tool and department effectiveness gauge. It convenes city leaders and officials to coordinate and collaborate on how best to reach the large-scale city goals. It is a metrics for success system with quarterly meetings that are recorded and also broadcast live on our city's government access channel, which I mentioned earlier, Channel 64. Like many other cities, we of course launched Philly 311. It provides citizens with direct access to city services, answers questions, and updates citizens about upcoming city events when they contact the 311 call center, submit a question or request online, or download our new 311 mobile app. The 311 mobile app is an innovative tool that we're very proud of. It's the most streamlined user experience in the 311 market right now. It's a cross-platform and built on a module system so that we can add new functionality as we want. In the 14 days after it launched, we received more than 800 service requests. It uses GPS location technology to allow citizens to report their issues. They can snap a photo and then tag it by category. Requests are automatically routed to our city department work order system, and users are then notified about the tracking of their request and are contacted directly when their request has been completed. But what really makes it a communication tool is that it encourages civic engagement. Users can view other requests in their neighborhood. They can see what else is going on in their community or how many other people reported the same problem. They can share and post those requests on Facebook and Twitter, and it allows for user comments on requests. This connection to social media is critical as the way that we interact with each other continues to change. Many elected officials and governments have already followed suit and used social media to communicate directly to and with their citizens. Across Philadelphia's government, 40 city government departments and agencies are represented on Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, and more. And these departments are reaching tens of thousands of people every day, which is why Philadelphia was ranked the 7th most social media savvy city hall in America. Let me tell you just a quick story. About a month ago, a citizen tweeted, quote, "My car has been stolen." The Philadelphia Police Department responded by tweeting back to the citizen, quote, "Have you filed a police report?" The citizen hadn't. The police department's Twitter account encouraged her to call 911. She reported to us that the car had been parked for about 2 weeks, and she actually didn't know when it may have been stolen. The police department asked if it could have been towed and gave her information to contact either Philadelphia Parking Authority, which is a state agency, or our neighborhood services unit. And the long story short is, shortly after that, the car was found, and it had only been towed, not stolen. This is a small but practical example of the day-to-day activities that go on and how the police department, in one way, is leveraging the power of social media for law enforcement purposes. And I've told you about some of the others for more serious crime and capturing other individuals. But law enforcement isn't the only way, of course, to use social media. In August of 2011, Hurricane Irene slammed into the east coast of the United States. Philadelphia saw flooding, street closures, downed trees, property damage, and power outages all across the region. We opened our emergency operations center, safety shelters, and of course kept our 311 call center open 24/7. City officials, including myself, you can take this down, it's @Michael_Nutter, tweeted, city government agencies and the Office of Emergency Management, all of those tweeter feed systems live tweeted the storm preparations, storm damage, and answered citizens' questions throughout the weekend of Hurricane Irene to keep our citizens informed of the most up-to-date information for their service and their safety. In September of 2011, we harnessed the power of social media by hosting an Ask the Mayor town hall event. For 1 hour, I answered questions submitted by Philadelphians and those in the region via email, Facebook, and Twitter about city government and city services. This was a live broadcast on the NBC affiliate in Philadelphia. It was a direct communication opportunity designed to create more accessibility to our constituents. We're also using texting and anonymous emails to encourage citizens, again, to share information with police or fire or other public safety units. We use text lines as a way to help kids find free summer meal provider locations and to send out emergency management notifications. Perhaps the clearest illustration of balancing traditional government practices with innovative ideas is our decision to make government transparent and open through open data. In April of this year, I signed an executive order formally creating an open data policy. It was our commitment of publishing city data for the use of both data consumers and average citizens. This kind of data-driven democracy is good for the public, software developers, and researchers. We then created a chief data officer position in our government. And we searched all over, but realized what better place to get that kind of person than Code for America. And so we hired Mark Head from Code for America. Jennifer liked that one. Our Chief Data Officer is responsible for the implementation of this new policy. It is across the entire executive branch of our city government, and 89% of the public employees report to the executive branch of our city government. Mark will be our data matchmaker, linking data producers from the government to data consumers from the tech, entrepreneurial, and business communities. Part of this will be building a community around the city's open data portal, and ours is opendataphilly.org, to ensure feedback about the quality and kind of data that's available. Open data for Philly is critical because we believe it can and will help us find better ways to deliver services more efficiently and affordably without sacrificing quality. Opening up transit data has led to the creation of an app about SEPTA, our regional transportation agency. And now you can see, if this is the case, how late your train might be, or whether you can take another route and get to where you're trying to get to even faster. This is also the case with a new app launched by our Department of Licenses and Inspections. It's our buildings department, just this past August. In its first iteration, it maps some of the L&I data, like vacant properties, code violations, and tracks interactions with specific addresses. We are expecting much more in the future with this app, and we'll continue to develop it. Now, rooted deeply in the idea that communication is key for government success is our work with Code for America. We have had the unique learning experience of being a 2-year Code for America city, and in both years, the tools that were created for us were both for civic engagement. In the first cycle, the Code for America Fellows and their partners created an interactive web platform called Change by Us. Change by Us connects citizens with each other, community-based organizations, and government officials to suggest better ways to improve Philadelphia, to make it a greener, cleaner, safer, smarter, and healthier city. Users can share data and create projects focused on what they care about, but for the benefit of the city. Change by Us also connects users with applicable resources to complete or facilitate their project. It has nearly 400 users and 65 current projects. The projects range from general ideas like having more bike racks or fixing up a vacant lot to specific ideas like turning the Reading Viaduct into an elevated park or incorporating stormwater management programs into city-owned parking lots. For its innovation, Change by Us won a Digital Government Award in the Driving Digital Government category. In our second year with Code for America, our goal was to build a community feedback mechanism. We got it in the form of Texazen. Texazen turns the average citizen's cell phone into a civic engagement tool a public comment device using text messages. Texting is particularly useful because large groups of people do not have computer or internet access, as I mentioned, at home, mainly African Americans and other communities of color, but they do have cell phones with texting capabilities. Texasm was piloted for use by the Philadelphia City Planning Commission for response on Philadelphia 2035. That's our comprehensive plan for the city of Philadelphia. It was released last year. The goal was to ensure that citizens who couldn't attend Planning Commission meetings would still have their voices heard. More than 100 other cities and several other Philadelphia city departments are looking at how to apply Texasm as a tool for their projects. And our relationship with Code for America won't end when our second-year fellows have to leave. Just last month, a permanent CfA presence began in our city called the Philadelphia Code for America Brigade to sustain the presence of a civic technology community. You can give it up for them. Code for America's mission is to transform the way cities work through technology and public service. Their mission is central to the idea of open government. It is paramount to the idea of smart government. And smart government is my mission. And so Philadelphia has begun the process, and I recognize that it is far from complete, but it is certainly discernible, and we've made a lot of progress. We're using technology and partnerships and new ideas to become a smarter government that can be a catalyst for change and innovation, a smarter government that transforms the way citizens and governments interact and work together for the common good. Our Office of Innovation and Technology, under the very strong leadership of Adele Abid, is working to create an innovation ecosystem. This new environment will have an internal and external focus with the cumulative goal of breaking government silos and creating the opportunity for citizens to work with all levels of government to share knowledge around existing problems and to participate in resolving future ones. We want to make sure that these approaches are successful. And we're planning to work with Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government to build what we're calling a civic switchboard. It will use regional data and social media chatter to identify and address neighborhood concerns and monitor current programs. The Civic Switchboard will be a way for communities to visualize and track changes. At the end of the day, we all need to remember that government must be of the people, by the people, and for the people. I don't work for the government. I work for the people of Philadelphia. Our vision for a 21st century government moves beyond open government toward a more radical form of transparency that will facilitate and redefine public-private partnerships. As we look to personalize government at every level, we're rethinking government's role in transitioning ourselves from deliverers of service to deliverers of opportunity. So, how are we going to get there? Moving forward, under the leadership of Adele and his team, as I mentioned earlier, the city has established a $120 million capital program to renovate our legacy systems and our outdated business practices to improve service delivery and meet our citizens' expectations. Our agencies are constantly reminded that this investment is not about building better technology. It's about rethinking how services are delivered and integrated across our city government. Our vision is to take every service that does not require a face-to-face interaction and making it available online so that our citizens can interact with their government anytime, anywhere, on any device, and on their schedule. This capital investment is about business transformation, not IT. We have created and are now formalizing Philadelphia's Mayor's Office of New Urban Mechanics, building off the model created by Mayor Menino and led by Nigel Jacob and Chris Osgood in Boston. New Urban Mechanics Philadelphia is a nimble and entrepreneurial government outfit that is piloting and prototyping small, innovative projects in the civic space, which, along with efforts of individuals across multiple city departments, will better position our government to sustain a culture of innovation and entrepreneurial approaches to problem solving. We're creating partnerships beyond the walls of government and, of course, like our CfA fellowship does, bringing together the best problem solvers and entrepreneurs to help create innovative and sustainable solutions to the challenges that our government and our citizens face on a daily basis. We have engaged the city's entrepreneurial and startup communities for their energy, their passion, their intellect. We have established solid working relationships with business incubators in Philadelphia and are expanding the network of those in and outside of government working to analyze and solve civic challenges. Our Bloomberg Mayor's Challenge application redefines public-private partnerships by bringing together public sector experts with deep knowledge of civic challenges and entrepreneurs to put that fresh eye and new look and their knack for problem solving together, significantly expanding social enterprise business incubation programming in Philadelphia. Ultimately, we're working to ensure that we stay true to a fundamental principle of the people, by the people, and for the people. New technologies are enabling this notion to be redefined and strengthened. As people like you and many, many others get data, new information, and new tools in the hands of government and in the hands of our citizens. As we move forward, we, the government, must maintain the focus of the people, and most importantly, cities created by the people to create and deliver new opportunities. We must approach innovation and problem solving for the people. That should be the code for America. Thank you.